Well, we're working on Sunday here, guys. But look what I just found in Mannheim. Nice Demon, but the big boy Rolls Royce. Not one, but two Rolls Royces. Man, these things are sweet. What is up, guys? It's Monday. Now, do I have a surprise for you guys? It's right behind me. Let me block it a little better. We are here at Meckham Auction in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, picking up a pretty sweet ride. It is a 1980 Toyota Land Cruiser. It has a little camper shell on it, as you can see. So walk around this thing. It's got the door in the back with steps to get up in, lights all the way around. It's pretty sweet. So I've been on the driver's side to get this thing out of the building, and it's right-hand drive. Whoops. So this thing's pretty sweet. It's I don't know what diesel engine's in it, but it took forever to start. Just cranked and cranked and cranked. But it's a pretty sweet ride. I'm gonna drop off here at the customer here shortly, and I'm gonna just pry and see how much he paid for it. Oh, there it is, guys. All loaded up, all ready to go. This Land Cruiser pays $3 a mile. It's I don't know how many miles it is, 120 or something. It's not very far. It's still in PA to PA, which is nice. Everybody talks crap on this, and this is funny. Everybody talks crap on UShip. Well, when I'm bored, I usually will get on UShip and look for like a partial. I'm not a freight hauler by any means, don't get me wrong. But if I can pick up like a skid or something to add on to the way I'm going, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make as most money as I can. So I was on there, and the Land Cruiser popped up. Needed shipped from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, at the Meckham Auction here at the farm arena, farm complex, whatever. And it was paying pretty good from what people were saying in the comments when you can comment on UShip. And I decided, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna bid on it and see if I can get it. Well, there she is. I bid on it, and I didn't hear anything back on there, so I just let it go. Whatever, I'll find another car off Central Dispatch. Well, I get on Facebook, and I have a message from the customer. He looked me up on Facebook. So not that you're supposed to do that, but we bypassed UShip. Suspend my account or whatever if someone's out there watching from UShip. But ended up contacting me, and we agreed on a price that worked better for him, because he didn't have to pay the fees, and worked good for me. It was a good rate. So we're headed to Doylestown, PA with the old Land Cruiser, And like I said, I'm gonna try to find out how much something like this is worth, because it's a pretty sweet ride, and let you guys in on that. But so far so good today. We are we're ahead of time. We're ahead of schedule, should I say. And yeah, so we'll keep it updated along here. I'm headed directly to drop the Land Cruiser off from here. And then I have a broken down car in Bristol, PA to pick up for a customer that's in town. And I got to drop this Hyundai off in Jersey. So we'll see what we can't get into today. Hopefully we stay out of traffic and can get home in a reasonable time. Everybody needs a little midday iced coffee. Just dropped off the Land Cruiser, and I told you I'd see if I could get a price on it. And I actually paid $14,500 for it. And it was like 17 grand with auction fees and everything and tax and whatever. But here that's his second one. He already has another one that's fully restored. It was pretty cool. We couldn't actually find the key to get in the back, which kind of sucks, because I wanted to. He says it's got bunk beds, it's got AC and heat. I don't know. I'm getting a little search of a car here on the side of the road. But yeah, he said he paid $14,500 for it, which not bad at all. I expected it to be a lot more, being in the condition it was in. It actually came from Australia. That is why it's right-hand drive. His other one came from Colombia. They don't meet emission standards here in the United States, so that's why they are not. That's why he has to. It's registered as an antique car, but you don't have to deal with emission standards after they're 25 years old, I think it is, in Pennsylvania. But anyways, I think I'm going to change plans around today. I've got a couple more cars that I just got called on. So, the car I picked up at Copart this morning, I don't know if I'm going to deliver it today, or I'm just going to head home after I pick up the BMW from a repair shop. My customer with the Hyundai, he's pretty flexible when the cars get there, just as long as they get out so he doesn't get charged storage. So I may go see him on Wednesday instead. I just haven't figured it out yet. Not that we're making bad time. I'm having actually a really good day. But the work I need to do tomorrow, if I could get some of that done tonight, like get the BMW delivered tonight, and pick up one more car that I need to move, would really help me out. And then Wednesday I can make a full trip to Jersey and back, because I don't have anything scheduled in yet. So I know it's a lot of talking. I'll get some more shots of. Apparently this BMW has a water pump that's out of it, and they wanted like $2,500-ish or something here in Pennsylvania to fix it. And the car's, I don't even know if it's worth that, but they're going to get it towed back to their house so they can just to reevaluate the situation, have it a little closer to home, and use their home mechanic if they are going to actually fix it. All right, so we're going to do some talking. And say, well, no shit, Jason, that's all you do is talk. But it's kind of, and I'm sorry if the camera shakes at all. We're in Pennsylvania, so like I always say, the roads are terrible here. Highest gas tax or fuel tax, but the roads are absolutely terrible. So today I'm going to talk about brokers. What type of brokers there are in this car hauling industry. And it's brought this point up because of the phone call I just got off of. So we'll get into my situation that I'm currently in right now with a broker. He didn't send me. I picked up a load for his customer a couple months ago. Gonna pick the car up at Copart, and supposed to be a title there, like there always is at Copart, and there was no title. That day, text the broker, because he always texts me, and I said, hey, need the dock receipt to drop this off at the port, but there's no title. You have to have the physical title. I'll talk to my customer. Okay, well, days go by. Car's sitting at my house. Took it off the trailer, barely ran, took it off the trailer. So, I let it sit at the house, and I wait a couple days, and then text him again, like, hey man, haven't heard from you. What's going on with this title? Do you want to send it to me? Do you want me to drop this off somewhere else? Yada yada. What do you want me to do? Let me talk to my customer. So another day or 2 or 3 goes by, and I'm outside. It's like a Sunday. I see the car. It's sitting at my house. Not that I have plenty of parking. I have over 2 acres to park cars, but like, it's in my way. I want to get paid for this car that I picked up and I've transported. All I need to do is finish. It's like 60 miles from my house is to drop this thing off. So I see it on the Sunday, and I message a guy. I'm like, hey, listen, like, I'm not in the business for storing these cars for free while your customer decides wherever the heck this title is or whatever. Starting tomorrow, there is going to be a storage fee. Yeah, I understand. I'll let him know. And he said he sent the title. He had your address off of Central Dispatch. He's going to send it to that address on file. Okay, great. It's $30 a day. So, 20 days goes by. It's over a month I have this car. Finally, the title shows up. Call the broker. I'm like, I'm done texting this dude. Like, I'm pissed. Here's my situation. So, I tell him, I say, hey, like, before I even load this car up, like, someone's paying me for storage on this. Well, he gets into a 3-way call with the customer. And he never told the customer. I never had the customer's information, his phone number, nothing. Or I would have skipped the broker and went right to him. He was never told about this storage, and he didn't know about the title till about 15 days after I had picked the car up and all this. So at this point, we're arguing back and forth on the phone, and it's a 3-way call, so I can see the customer's number now. So I hang up, and I call him and get the broker off the phone. I'm like, hey, dude, like, maybe you didn't know, maybe you did know, you're just bullshitting me, but, like, I need paid for my time. I need paid for, holding your vehicle for over, I think it was like 37 days in total. So, we argue a little bit. I'm like, okay, you know what? Screw the storage. I'm taking the car there now. It'll be dropped off, and I'll get my money from the broker, and we'll never do business again. So get the car dropped off. I send the broker the stamped dock receipt, and there was storage on the vehicle when I picked it up from Copart. So I paid for that, and he cash apped me the $100 storage. So we go by, and I send him a stamped dock receipt. I'm like, hey, do you want to cash at me, or how do you want to pay? No answer. Days go by. I kind of forget about it. I'm going through QuickBooks. I'm like, you know what, son of a... He never said anything. So I call him, like, hey, are you going to pay? Oh, well, we mail checks. I'm like, that's all you had to say about 5 or 6 days ago. So instead of rambling on about this guy, I have another car for him. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it was a customer. I'm going to give him a second chance and see what happens. So, learn from my mistake. I'm headed to the port again. If you remember, I was here the other day and I tried to drop this vehicle off and they didn't accept any more cars. So I've made one trip. This is now my second trip. And it's not like I'm getting paid any more money. So he calls and says, why hasn't it been dropped off yet? I'm like, listen here, you're on my time now. This car I picked up in North Carolina, and you guys saw the line that was at Copart. There was about 20 trucks or whatever. That took me probably 3 hours from where I was to go there to get the car in line, out the door. 3 hours of my time. I had to run down here the other day. That's another 3 hours of my time. Yet the pay is still the same. So he's a terrible broker. He's got terrible customers, and it's all about the way he handles the situations. Like, I get it. He's a middleman. Like, stuff's gonna happen. He's just gonna have to play the mediator for the situation, but he handles it terribly. So this will be the last car I haul for them. If you haul in the Baltimore area-ish, you might want to message me or send me an email. I'll tell you who the broker is, because I'm just going to flat out. I'm not going to leave them a negative review. I'm not going to do that on Central. Whatever. I'm done. So as long as I get my money within a reasonable amount of time for this one, I'm done. So we'll go to bad. He's a terrible broker. So there's 3 times. We'll go good, bad, terrible. He's terrible. Good. You don't even have to be, like, pay on time, communicate, and when something does happen, answer your phone and just be honest. Like Wholesale Express, I deal with them probably 2 or 3 times a week, maybe. I have a check in the mail 5 days after I deliver any of their vehicles. As long as they get their paperwork, they send me a check within 5 days. It's in the mail. I've run into situations, and it's not their fault. They're the middleman, where they don't have release forms for these dealer trades, and some dealers won't release a vehicle without a release form because they don't really know what they're doing, because it's just a dealer trade. And all they do is they get on the phone, they call, they do their job, vehicle's released to me. Yeah, it cost me a half hour, 45 minutes the one time, but the situation was handled. They answered their phone when I called, and the situation was handled. Now, they're a good broker. They just get stuck in bad situations being the middleman. I have bad brokers that are just absolutely clueless, but they pay on time. Some of the situations you get into, once you do deal like with 2 or 3 instances with them, they get better as they go. And they're either inexperienced, or they just I don't know how to explain. They just don't, I say they don't know what they're doing, but they're just inexperienced. And hold on, there's a cop pulling out in front of all of us here. Anyways, they're just inexperienced, but they pay on time. You got a little bit of headache here and there, paperwork sometimes, but they always pay. They always pay on time. So that's today's episode. You're not gonna, when you get into this, you're gonna have to learn for yourself who's what, because I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Unless they have a terrible rating on Central Dispatch, everybody's usually at least in the 90% range. A lot of people are 100%. And I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but you just have to learn for yourself. And then sometimes you have to do it 2 or 3 times to, see that it's the broker. It's not just their customer. So in this instance, it's the broker. Him and I exchanged words. At this point, yes, this will be the last time I deal with them. So if you're in the Baltimore area and you're going to haul to the Red Hook terminal, I will let you know their name. I do what you want, but I really do not suggest working with them. But yeah, so enjoy. I have a lot of footage from Sunday to Monday, and even Tuesday morning out on the road. We've been super busy, and I'm hoping I can get some help here soon, and because the cars just keep coming. I got direct customers like crazy right now. It seems to be the season for moving cars, so hopefully I can get some help, because I'm stretching myself thin here. But appreciate you guys watching, listening to me rant about brokers. But you'll learn from experience if you're new. If you're not new, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the footage from this the beginning of this week, and we'll see you next time. I'm a little overweight and my logbook's way behind. Food vlog. Time for some Egg McMuffins because I'm starving, and I don't know if you guys get like this. If you drink a lot of caffeine and don't eat, you start to feel really sick to your stomach, and I just couldn't wait any longer. I was gonna wait till I got home, but apparently I tried to get coffee this morning because there's not as much caffeine as an energy drink or anything, and the lady was cleaning the coffee machines at Sheetz, and it was just a mess. So we got these, never had them before, C4, I don't know, tell me if you like them. This one is frozen bombsicle. It tastes just like one of those frozen pops. It's actually pretty good. Sorry the camera's all flying around here. There's a guy behind me that said I needed to move my truck because he's got to back into this loading dock. But anyways, moving on. It is, what is today? Today's Tuesday. We got a pretty, I wouldn't say an easy day, but I got a lot of running around to do. Excuse me. And I got to get this car to the port, which sucks. And I'm headed to drop these 2 cars off at a local dealer. I picked up at Mannheim this morning. I dropped 1 off at Mannheim and picked 2 up, so it was actually pretty productive. But I gotta go to the port. I don't want to, but the car was already too late to hit the cutoff date to get on the ship, so it's gonna have to hit the next one. But I want to get it there just so I can get paid, because I'm tired of the guy messaging me. But not really my fault. They weren't accepting any more cars. But I'm gonna eat my Egg McMuffins here, and I'll check back with you guys here soon. I also don't know about you guys, but I'm not really a big soda drinker. If I do drink a soda, it's usually like a Coke Zero. But if you go to McDonald's and you don't get a regular Coke, are you even a freaking American? Well, a little excitement on the way to the port. Believe it or not, it's always something when I come down here. We got pulled into the scale, and we got pulled behind for an inspection. So let's see here. No violations found. So I've probably been inspected, I'd probably say like 5 or 6 times, an actual level 1 inspection. And this guy was by far the nicest trooper I've dealt with. Pulled on the scale and sat there forever, and I'm like, come on. I just want to. So it says pull in a lot, bring in license. Well, I started to walk in, and here he came. He said, "Are you the driver in the Dodge? Who do you drive for?" I'm like, Kendall Enterprise. I'm the owner. So go, okay, well this should be easy then. He says, "Well, I'm gonna have you go ahead and pull on." They have a pit, an inspection, like they can go underneath the trucks and just walk underneath. So you drive over top the pit, and first he did lights and horn, wipers, and then he went to the back of the trailer, did the lights, and then he went underneath. Came back out, and all he said was, "All right, cool. I'm gonna take your registrations and your license in, and I'll be back out. Just pull over there, and we'll get you on your way." So I was like, "Sweet." Tried to get a sticker, didn't have any stickers. So other than that, it was a successful day. That's a +1 for Kendall Enterprise, and it's very made me feel a little better about getting pulled into that scale, because it's on 70. It's eastbound on 70, and I've never heard good things about that scale. and they had a ton of trucks pulled around back, but the trooper I got was super nice. So Mr. Robinson, I appreciate you, man. I wish you had a sticker to give me, but we will take a +1 for Kendall Enterprise.